Okay, so we're back. It is Tuesday, March 11th, and I'm going to record another video on the fly. It turns out I did not journal this. It did pop up in my head the other day. It's relevant to what's happening in the world right now to a degree, and it plays off of the video that I just recorded. So the video that is on my YouTube that precedes this one right now, where I'm wearing the same hat and the same, blue North Face top, will provide a lot more insight into this video should you choose to watch it. But I'm going to try to keep this one shorter, faster, and quicker without going into all the background details. So I'm in my Best Buy store in Schaumburg, Illinois, right off of Gulf Road. It's one of the biggest Best Buys in the state as far as traffic and as far as retail space. And I'm promoting a product called the Oculus Rift. It's virtual reality. It was Facebook's baby. It was where they were going in the VR market after acquiring it from Palmer Luckey. We were in the early stages or later stages of the Oculus Rift. We would eventually have the Oculus Go coming out, the Portal, and then some other things. So I'm in the store one day, and like I said, I did not journal this, so I'm pulling this all from memory, and I hope I don't offend anybody. But I start speaking to this woman, and she's a white woman, and she's older, and, she's got her hat on and her glasses, kind of like I have a hat on, and, she's all covered up in her coat and her flannel and whatnot, and all her layers. And she starts talking to me about what you might call other dimensions or parallel universes. And she's asking about all the cameras in the store and why they need all these cameras, and, the cameras at the door and the cameras in the ceilings and the cameras over all the departments. And then she's actually talking about the actual cameras in the store that you can buy that are for sale, like DSLRs and CyberShots. She's asking me about all the TVs and the smart TVs, and she's going on and on and on. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I don't work with the store. I go, but I partner with the store. I go, but that's retail. I go, there's, profits and losses. There's people who steal and cheat. I go, you've got things that are high theft in an electronics store like this. I go, they have to record all the departments. I go, for theft or breakage or just things that happen at retail. And then she's asking me, well, where does all this video go? Who stores it? Who backs it up? And I go, well, I don't know that because I don't work with the store. I go, but the store probably keeps it on file for so long, or on servers or external hard drives. I go, or somewhere at their corporate or their regional or their district location. I go, they might even have a third-party company that handles it and deals with it. I go, I don't know. That's way above me. And she's like, well, what about all the TVs for sale and what they're recording? And I go, what? And she's like, well, the smart TVs. And I understood where she was going, but I go, how could all those TVs, and why would all those TVs that are demo units, which are usually different hardware versus what's sold on the floor, why would they want to record information? Why would they be busy monitoring customers and guests that come through that store, probably upwards of 10 to 15,000 a month, if not more? I mean, I know I had Targets and I had certain Walmarts that had 100,000 people a week coming through them, in certain markets. So this Best Buy, being where it was and everything, probably had so many people. But my point is, I was engaging with her and she was engaging with me. And we talked for quite a while because nobody was coming up to check out the product. She had a lot of questions. And she also had a lot of racist hate and anger. And the Schaumburg area of Illinois has a highly concentrated area of, people from India. And she did not care for these people. And she did not care for the color of their skin. And I was like, you got to tone that down. I'm like, you got to watch what you're saying. I go, you are in retail. I go, and you are going to offend people. I go, and that's just not how we talk. And I don't want to be associated with that. Well, she was fearful of these people for some reason, one or another. And then she started talking about Champaign, Illinois, Urbana, Illinois, and, where she was from and what she was doing up here. And I go, well, yeah, the university. And she looked at me all crazy. And I go, the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. My brother went there. My other brother went there. My sister went there. Like 15 of my friends went there. And she just wasn't connecting the dots. I don't know what was going on in her head. And she was talking about a software company there. And I believe the company, if I remember correctly, and I'm pronouncing it correctly, is Violition, Violition. They were a software company that put some products out through the life cycles of PlayStation, probably Xbox, probably GameCube or the Wii or whatever, how everything goes these days. And I told her I understood the studio. And she had something to say about them, something they were developing. And I felt like maybe something happened to her there. Maybe something snapped there. Maybe something threw her off there. Maybe that's where her racist or biased or negativity towards people from India came from. I don't know. But there was some correlating link. And if I had journaled all this a year and a half ago or recently, I might remember better, because when you write, you pull information forward and you can remember verbs, adjectives, nouns, actions, all these things, time, period, place, whatever. But my point is, she was in a whole different world with me, okay? And at the time, I was waking up spiritually and metaphysically. So I was just trying to understand here. I was trying to deal with her or compensate with her. I was trying to create some boundaries as well based on what I knew. But she started talking about virtual worlds and all these cameras around us all the time. And where does this information go? And what are these TVs and these cameras listening to? What are all these other smart devices listening to? Now, I had interviewed with Amazon, and they were on the up and up for their smart home at the time, putting in huge chunks of space at retail for all their connected devices. And we know what Amazon is today. Google had their whole connected home thing, okay? And I knew these reps. I interviewed with Amazon. My old boss, God bless her, I love her to death. She is the head person she was at Amazon for their whole retail experience. I haven't kept up with LinkedIn as much, so I don't know. But it wasn't an opportunity at the time that was a fit for me. Oculus was more of what I was focused on, and I didn't want to sell 1,000 products. I kind of wanted to sell 1 or 2. And that's what the connected home is through Google Home or Amazon Home, or even part of, all these other companies. They get into the home and they want everything connected. The doorbell, the garage, the thermostat, the TV, the Alexa, the phone, the tablet. And my point is, this woman was worried about where all of our information was going. She was worried about eyes on top of us all the time. She was worried about somebody or people who are always listening. She was worried about things that she was talking about in other dimensions that I was trying to understand her, other beings, let's say. And I started to wonder if she also had some mental health issues or some other issues that were just spitting her out. Or let's just say she's off her meds. But you never know what somebody's reality is. You never know what somebody is really tapped into. You never know what somebody is really experiencing on their level and their vibration and their frequency and their wavelength. So it's easy to cancel them out. It's easy to call them crazy. It's easy to push them aside. It's easy to say, I don't know what you're talking about, and just go on with your daily thing. So me and her talked, I think, at least 30 or 40 minutes. And I kept looking around the store. I was pointing. I'm like, she's crazy. I'm like, she's kind of crazy. Because how could people not see this experience? How could they not see that she's not trying my product? She's not asking about my product. She doesn't want to know or demo my product. But she's just sitting here front of store talking my eyes and ears off, complaining about the people in the store, the people from India. She's complaining about the cameras and everything. On and on and on. And I go, well, then maybe you want to leave. I go, or maybe you don't want to be here. But it's almost like she had a battle. And it's like she wanted to tell other people and alert other people to it. And as she was talking to me, about other dimensions and virtual worlds and where we're headed as a society and technology and manipulation and things of that nature, which are happening now to this day. And thank God a lot of people have woken up and, they've cleaned their fucking eyelids out in their eyeballs and they're paying attention versus just, hey, this is what the media tells me. This is what Donald Trump tells me. This is what my religion tells me. I can't think for myself. I'm a fucking moron, okay? And I give my power away, and I give all my information away, and I give everything that happens in my home away. But, oh, you're the crazy one. I understand her 110%, okay? But at the time, as I went off on a rant and a tangent and a little bit of rage there, and I'm jacked up on coffee and haven't eaten anything yet today. I haven't even gotten out for a hike. I'm not grounded. She asks me eventually, well, what do you do? And I go, well, I work for, a promotional marketing retail company. I have a product to sell, because I knew I was going to blow her brains out. I knew I was going to blow her mind. And she goes, well, what's the product? And I go, it's right here. It's been here the whole time. It's on this end cap. It's on this display. It's virtual reality, and I had my headsets laid out and everything and the controllers, and there's a big banner and there's a TV running a loop or, an LCD screen. There's a glass case. You can see everything. You can see the headset. She almost lost her fucking mind, and she almost had a heart attack. And she looked at me, and I go, I take people into virtual reality. I go, I walk them into other worlds that blow their mind. I go and, manipulate their senses. I go, so even though you're standing right here and you can touch my arm and feel the carpet under your feet in this retailer, I go, I'm going to put you in another world and you're going to believe that you're there. She lost it. She lost her mind. It's like she didn't even know who she was talking to for 30 or 45 minutes at that time. And eventually she kind of just backpedaled and she went on her way. But she eventually went on to talk to different employees in the store and different customers in the store. And some of the employees that she spoke to in the store, she had conversations for well over 10 or 15 minutes. And she wasn't really even in the department. And she wasn't looking to buy anything. And at retail, let alone those days, they want you helping guests. They want you helping consumers. They want you handing someone off and working on the next transaction. So I had gone up to loss prevention and I had even said to them, I said, hey, just an FYI, she's a little bit out there. I go, she's hating on certain people in the store, a certain race. I go, she's talking a little bit crazy. I go, I don't think she's here to buy anything. I go, and she's really tripped out with all the cameras and the sensors and, just the whole loss prevention protocol, the security. And they're like, okay, we'll keep an eye on her. She's fine. And she's not hurting anybody. I go, I know she's not hurting anybody. I go, but for a retailer that's focused on sales and doesn't just want somebody in the store bothering other people, I'm just letting you know. And there were all types that would come into the stores to hang out and just walk around or talk or kill time. I get that too. But there were employees, it's a fucking water bottle up in the maybe they're testing something. It's just sometimes you see things and you can't tell if it's somebody's garbage, but there's a water bottle up in the tree. Maybe that's something for insects and pesticides and killer insects in the tree. But the point is, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. The point is she had her points. She was tapped in, tuned in, turned on to what, was her reality. She was speaking her truth and just sharing what she knew. Maybe she had some things crossed up. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she had some bad experiences with technology and software and a software development company and something that happened down there, with whatever she was doing. I don't know, or people she met. And as she walked around the store, she was just kind of, we could say, sharing her light, sharing her truth, sharing her knowledge, and sharing her wisdom. And she didn't hurt anybody, but there were times I saw her talking to a couple. And I'm like, she's talking to two other strangers. And then I would see like one of the partners leave and the other partner stay there and talk with her. So people were getting what they needed from her, or she was touching base with whoever it was that she needed to touch base with. And even some of the employees that I saw her talking to for 10 or 15 minutes or more, who knows? Maybe she was going to make a purchase or she was asking about products, but I don't think she was. Because I remember talking to one or two of the employees later and they go, oh yeah. They're like, yeah, she's out there. And they go, she's not a bad person. They go, but she's out there. So I knew she was just doing the same thing, talking to them, educating them, maybe dropping some knowledge, maybe planting a seed. She was doing whatever she was supposed to do. And you may be running into more people like that, okay? So let's not label them crazy. Let's not label them off their meds. I was a different person back then, 8, 9 years ago or more than that. I was focused on retail. I was focused on sales. I was focused on the environment. I was focused on partnering with the store that I was in. That's what we do. It's what you're trained to do. And yes, I have the time to talk to people and I'm kind of my own boss in those stores. And I had a lot of leeway and frequency because I always did an amazing job and I always brought tremendous value to everywhere I went. So people knew I knew how to judge things and control situations. But for the most part, you may find more people like that coming into your life. This may help you to recall other experiences you've had in the past that didn't make sense. Other things may unlock for you moving forward, and you will realize you were touched by somebody in another dimension, another realm, another timeline, a past life, somebody from the future. I don't know who helped you go through this door or close that door or open this door or spin out on that. And let's just be thankful for people who come in light and who come and speak truth, and for people who are of light and speak their truth. And let's just be open to changes on this planet moving forward. And let's be a good judge of character instead of maybe judging, instead of maybe labeling, instead of maybe just canceling, because you don't know what somebody else's truth is, okay? You don't know their background. You don't know their experiences. And sometimes we just need to stop talking and we need to do a better job listening. And sometimes people just need to be heard. They just need the space or the environment to be heard. And they just need to be around the right people who can actually hear them. So I'm going to wrap it up. That's my story. This builds on the previous story that I uploaded that's 30 minutes long. I'm wearing the same North Face top and the same hat, same crazy coffee talk. But these were just a few of the very interesting experiences that I had in the store. And you don't know if these people were human. You don't know if they were just interdimensional. And if this lady was human, and I think she was, she's just speaking her truths based on her experiences and where she was at. And now she's 100% right. What's listening to us? What's creating an algorithm for us? What's tapped into our information? What's watching us and recording us? All these smart devices that are all over the home and the car and, everywhere we go and everything that we're doing. So peace, love, and light to all of you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for giving me the space and the window to speak this. These are just some of my truths and my experiences. And sometimes just listening to some people and looking at the other side of the coin, you can really learn a lot. Or you can just become somebody who's better at understanding people and their reality and their truth. So peace, love, and light to all of you. Namaste. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay protected, stay alert, stay aware, and keep it real. Peace out.